people want that. They want that behind the scenes. And the big thing that I was thinking about as then you said it, was the feeling
Yes.
that, like, words, and you talk about writing stories when you're a kid, right? So Jude Charles as a baseball player, as a police officer, but the feeling that comes across and getting that connection with Keisha Dior, because going behind the scenes and showing her out and about wearing bright blue lipstick, because you
Yeah.
can talk about it, but until you see it, say, wow, okay, I connect with her on a personal level. I feel that. And
Right.
so that makes it okay for me in it, versus a written word is not going to communicate that in the same way.
Right.
So
Right.
video's
It's
gonna,
not.
yeah. So video is gonna continue to go forward, and people want that access, like to celebrities, to non-celebrities, to high value content. Is there a specific type of company that should bring you behind the scenes, or are there some companies where maybe that would not be indicated?
I think, in my opinion, I do not think startup entrepreneurs or startup businesses should focus on video. Why? Because I think there's other things. You have to prove that what you're selling, whether it's a product or a service, people actually want. And while you can do that with video for sure, it takes more time to just get your feet off the ground and do market research and make sure this is what people want. So I usually recommend that an entrepreneur or a business making at least $300,000 in revenue should focus on video, the type of video that we're talking about here today. Now, what I'm talking about specifically is the type of video that tells your story and that goes deep into your story. Is there room for Q&A type of videos, like you sitting in front of a camera? Is there room for how-to videos? For sure. But what we're talking about specifically is storytelling videos. I think storytelling videos are for entrepreneurs that are making at the very least $300,000, that they've proven people are willing to pay them. It's not a fluke. It's not like they had a good year or anything like that. People are willing to pay them money for their product or service. At that point, I believe it's important to begin to stand out from the noise, stand out from the crowd, and truly show how different you are. Because now you have an audience, you have people that have purchased from you, right? And again, we've proven that people want this. So now you can begin to create these other stories that show how did you even get started, right? That shows why are people buying your product so much. So what I call social proof. What do other people have to say about you? Showing the transformation. How does someone's life change after they use your product or service? Not just the before and after, which is most people, like we've seen in the fitness world, where the person may have been 300 pounds and then they lost 150 pounds or whatever. That's the before and after. But how does life change after? Right? And we'll talk a little bit more about that. But that is where I think the kind of entrepreneurs that I'm talking about, 300,000 and above, should be focused. Those are the type of content that I think $300,000 and above. That's the entrepreneur that should be creating that content.